I'm gonna be retouching some portraits. Let's just go into it. So I have this image here, you know, immediately white balance, right? So usually the auto is actually really good. So I'm like gonna bring up that temperature. I'm gonna switch the profile. It basically allows you to kind of like see what is the great like starting point for your image. So in this case, honestly, Adobe Color's pretty good. Definitely love pulling the highlights down. I want some details in the blacks. And already like that's such a big difference. Like, wow, you guys. And then I do want to up the vibrance. I always do a lens correction. So always selecting enable profile correction so that it fixes like the lens distortion, because look what happens when I don't. See how the vignetting, even like it brightens up around it? Okay, so let's go ahead and go into this tone curve. I love to bring this up just because it makes the blacks a little creamier. I like to add a little point somewhere around here and kind of bring it back to that line. So I'm gonna go ahead and also bring this down because this affects the highlights here. Okay, and the other thing that I want to affect is this blue channel here. So I'm gonna just make a point in the middle and just bring it down slightly. And that already kind of adds a little bit more. So let's go into color grading. Now this is a fun one too. I'm just gonna leave the midtones alone. So for shadows, I'm gonna actually go into a little bit of a red color. And then for the highlights, I kind of want to go into a little bit of like a pink magenta. Green is just the perfect like texture for really anything. Okay, and then the last thing, calibration is also another way that you can kind of like mess with things and like play around with. So in this case, I'm gonna just increase the reds a little bit, but then I'm gonna decrease the blue over here. Okay, I love this. I am obsessed. I can make this a preset or I can just copy the settings and then bring them over. Going to presets, create preset, a 1970s creamsicle. Let's remove the things that we don't want to get affected if I copy it. So I'm gonna go ahead and create it. And now if I go into my user presets, it's right here, 1970s creamsicle. Perfect. So then if I go over to my other images, then I can just apply it. And it's so beautiful. It was so easy. So let's go ahead and just kind of finish pasting these to everything else.
Ooh, I like this photo too.
So beautiful. Wow. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
I'm obsessed with the remove tool. So if I wanted to like fix whatever this is, I can just be like, okay, bye.
Bye-bye rock thing.
Bye-bye. So there we go. Yeah, so another thing that you can do in Lightroom Classic is I love adding masks. So if I want to do background, it's going to detect the background and then make a mask of that. And that looks already amazing. And I can like go in more and adjust that. And now that looks a little less crazy. Let's do one of the ones that was really blown out. So let's go ahead and bring that exposure down for sure. Bring the highlights down. And then let me bring those blacks down as well. So I'm gonna kind of bring in that mask again to kind of get this part over here. And I selected object, so hopefully it just knows like, hey, I want this, you know? Perfect, so I'm just gonna bring down those highlights just a tad more. That already looks better from what it was before.
Thank you so much. I feel like I have learned so many things from you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.